All right, so today in our group reading, we are going to do or start this new book called Paws versus Claws. And this is the exciting adventure of Queenie the cat, who's quite lovable, but she thinks a lot of herself, as most cats do. And Arthur, the lovable dog, who's her sidekick. Okay, together they're going to solve the mystery of the missing town cow. Now, do you think this book is fact or fiction? Fictional, right. It's fictional because we know that cats and dogs, they can't really talk, nor can they solve mysteries together. Right. All right, and there are a couple words that I thought we could go over the meaning of because we don't want to get stumbled in our reading. So if we don't know the meaning of a word, what can we use to look that up?
A dictionary.
Very good, a dictionary. And there's 3 words that I thought that we might need to know the meaning of. So the first one is parlor. Parlor starts with a P. Right. All right. So the definition of the word parlor is a room in a home for receiving visitors.
So like a living room?
Exactly. Just like a living room. You could use those words interchangeably. You could say, I'm going to go sit in the parlor today. And that would mean
Which
your
one
living room.
mean living room?
Exactly. All right, good job. And the next word we're going to look at is sublime. Sublime starts with an S. Alrighty, and the meaning of sublime is awe-inspiring. So you could say a sunset is sublime because it's awe-inspiring.
Or you could look at the artwork.
Right, exactly. Good job. You could say artwork is awe-inspiring. And then our final word we're going to look up is quarters. And this isn't the kind of quarters that you carry around in your pocket.
So a captain's quarters?
Exactly. It sounds like you already know the meaning of the word captain's quarters. Exactly, like lodging. Exactly. So the actual definition is to furnish with lodging, but exactly like captain's quarters, where the captain stays on the ship would be the captain's quarters. All right, good job. And then there's 2 more words that I thought might be helpful if we just see them before we see them in the book. The first one is awakening, and I'll write that up here. Awakening. Let's clap that out for the syllables.
Awakening.
Right. Awakening. So it has how many syllables?
4.
Great. Good job. Alrighty. And then the next word that we're going to look at is evidently.
Evidently.
Good job. You're already clapping it out for me.
4 syllables?
Right. All right. Evidently. 4 syllables. So you are all set. And we're going to use popcorn reading, which I don't know if you're familiar with that. But I'll start us off, and then I'll say popcorn will, and then it'll be your turn to read. And then when you're done reading, you'll say popcorn Mary. All right. Or Miss Van Buren. Very good. All right. Bad news, pussycat, said Bertha. No cream today. No cream today? Had I heard that right? Well, that's not a real question. Of course I'd heard right. My hearing is as good as it gets. Everything about me is as good as it gets. My looks, for example, are off the charts. I'm a thing of beauty. From my gold-flecked button nose to the tip of my snowy tail. And my eyes, I'll make this simple. When you gaze into them, you never want to stop. That happens to me so often. In fact, every time I come upon a mirror. All right, popcorn will.
There are no mirrors in our kitchen. Here at the Blackberry Hill Inn, I prefer rooms with mirrors, but I make exception for the kitchen. Every morning when I wake up, I take an elegant little stretches, very different from the clumsy stretches of a certain other party who inhabits the place, whom you will probably meet later. Nothing I can do about it, and I lie down off the top. The grandfather clock in the hall, and it makes the way here, where Bertha the cook is standing by to serve me fresh cream in a pretty china saucer, white with a gold border. The saucer is known as everyone as Queenie's saucer. I am Queenie, in case you haven't guessed. I hope I'm not going too fast, although if I am, don't expect me to do anything about it. Popcorn Mary.
Good job. Thank you so much for your reading, Will. So, what do you think one problem was that we came across in the story today?
No cream.
Right. Queenie did not have her cream, and I don't think she was very happy about that. Can you point to where it says she had no cream? Good job. Exactly. She said, no cream today? Had I heard right?
Yep.
She definitely heard right. There was no cream. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to write about our book. And you can either write a summary of the story, or you can write a different ending for the book. But we're going to use our 3 new vocabulary words. So either one you choose, whether you choose to write a new ending or you write just a summary, we're going to go ahead and use our 3 new vocabulary words. So they were parlor. And I'll write them on the board for you. Quarters.
And the one that starts with an S.
Sublime. Exactly. So those are our 3 new vocabulary words that you're going to use in your story.
Living room, captain quarters.
And
sublime.
Was awe-inspiring.
Like artwork.
Right, like artwork or sunset. Good job. You remember them already. All right, and I look forward to reading your story in our next group session.
Yay!